You going? Okay, so then we did a safety study. And this was an absolute 9-week study in which we took 30 people, we could only get one female. They were cocaine and or methamphetamine, real world. Because most drug users are polypharmacy. They don't get the drug they love the drug that is next available.
Yeah, we have to use
They
this
will
one.
always have a drug of preference. But typically they did it. They would do this. Next slide. Okay, we found that the bottom line was we did no visual field. We did visual field testing before and after. We put them up at a hotel in Tijuana the first time where they had a very sophisticated optical center. By the time when they left the hotel, they were no longer welcome. We couldn't put them up again because they robbed everything in sight. If it wasn't nailed down, it wasn't there. Okay, so we're not talking about this is not a testament to their character, but this is the nature of addicts. Okay, is it safe? Okay, so we determined that. We found out it had no systemic effects. It had no visual effects. Let's keep going. And we wanted to look at the effects of GVG. And what did we find? We found that of this group, they've been using on an average about 12 years, about close to a gram a day of whatever drug it was. And they measure grams by rocks, like a rock, it's 8 rocks to a gram of cocaine, because that's how they sell it down there. The drug of choice was cocaine. 3 they were cocaine only, 10 were methamphetamine only, and the rest, 17, used whatever was near. Next slide. I'm putting you use Kelvin. Okay? 18 completed the 9-week trial. And, oh, by the way, none of them received a dime. There were no rewards. 12 dropped out, 7 voluntarily, because they just weren't motivated. 4 we threw out for non-compliance, and 1 was just a horrible criminal. We just couldn't do it. Now, we dropped, 8 of those 12 dropped within the first 3 weeks. 3 of them completed 4 weeks, and 1 of 12 of these people who were in the failure group completed the 8 weeks of the trial. Next slide. Okay, and no drug has ever been shown. They were never optimized for treatment. We didn't even know this was a safety trial. Next slide. And what we found were that 16 of the 18 subjects were clean of the 18 of the 30 who completed. 16 of the 18 were clean for more than 24 days. 18 is the magic number. No slips. Most subjects were totally clean for more than 4 consecutive weeks. 2 of the 18 subjects completed the whole trial and were almost never clean. And you know what? That's really very reassuring. This is not magic. I'd hate my hell to think that we found the magic bullet that's going to cure cocaine. It's reassuring to know that it doesn't work for everybody, because the population is really very heterogeneous. Now, the mean for the entire group was 40 consecutive days clean. That's pretty impressive, of people using a gram a day. Next slide, please. Okay, and these are the data. You can see them. They're there, subject by subject. You see huge individual variations. Sometimes they don't start getting clean for quite a while, but they're motivated. And this guy would tell you, well, Doc, I used to use 16 rocks a day, and now I'm only using 1 every other day. Okay, so he still tests dirty because he tests dirty for 3 days. But so, and he says, I'm pretty good, and he finally actually stopped. Next slide, please. Okay, the payoff. The goal should be an quality of life. It's not merely did we stop them from using drugs, did they turn things around? And what happened was 16 of these people actually got jobs. And the jobs they were holding before they got treated were they were dealing drugs. Because that's how they paid for the habit. Next slide. The double-blind study. Okay. Why is this important? Well, no single blind study all by itself would ever convince a citizen that we didn't do something to find him. Besides, why'd you do it in Mexico? Well, we did it in Mexico because the drug was legal there, and because we had a patient population there. So we got people who were in. I went to the central prison, Santa Marta, Now, imagine a place, a prison, that's surrounded by barbed wire, with Dobermans running in the outer ring.
Typically this one here, right? FA, function FA.
Now, these, that's Santa Monica
Let's see.
in Mexico City. And I went in, I was talking to one guy, I thought it was very interesting, I discovered he killed somebody, he chopped them up, he did one of those Milwaukee stunts, chopped them up and made a stew. And I thought he was a very interesting character. And I said, do you know who you were talking to? No. You seem intelligent. We got people who were motivated to try to follow through after they were discharged, because cocaine is epidemic in the prisons. Because people just walk in and out, they have conjugal visits, whatever. It's a different system down there. And we said, look, you can either come to the clinic twice a week and get your drugs, or you can do your normal parole, which is once a week. You show up at the parole officer for 2 minutes, it's once a week, or you can spend twice a week and go through a whole battery of examinations